Good morning, amazing, amazing leadership. Look, it's been a long road, and we launched this week. And I'm gonna listen to this video. It's more than a minute. I'm sorry, I don't know how to be less than a minute on this one topic. What we do the next 2 days is super important, and here's what I want you to hear. And know that whether you think it or not, that I consider myself your coach too, right? Like I'm here to help you in your growth as a leader and within your own market center. And what we do these next 2 days is going to be wildly important for the rest of your year, and especially for this first quarter. Now, one of the things that Gary tells us to do, and any leadership class will tell you all to do, right, is that your people should be receiving care calls from you, some sort of touch from you every month, right? So when I propose what I'm about to propose, I want you to understand that on a very base level of anything, at least you can set yourself up to be done for 30 days with all of the madness of just reaching out and touching every last little person in your brokerage, right? Here's my task to you. And before you react to it, I want you to remember that this helps you too. Okay? My task to you is to touch your entire roster today and tomorrow in the next 2 days. But don't go crazy. I'm not asking you whether you're the team leader or the MCA or the DOFI or whoever's watching this right now. Like I'm asking for, as a leadership group, for you to reach out to everybody in your market center and just touch them, right? Just have a brief care conversation with them and touch on bold. Now, here's what I want to challenge you to do. Team leaders, delegate. Split this up. You should be taking, whether it's the top 10 or 20%, it depends probably on your market center size and the level of staff that you have. And yet you are taking the top agents. And I want to challenge you. Please don't skip anybody. Oh, that's my top number one agent there. No, talk to them too, right? Because no one is immune from a shift. And in fact, our top agents have the most to lose in a shift. And we know their numbers are down. 9 out of 10 of them, their numbers are down. So they need this just as much as the brand new agent or the agent that's struggling to get past 5 units a year, right? So everyone in your database will hear from you. Now you're going to have your list, and if they're registered for bold already, if it's full bold, you're still going to call them. Hey, just reminder, it starts this Wednesday. We're on Thursdays the rest of the time, and yet we start this week on Wednesday. It's good for you guys to remind them. If they're registered just for first step, the best thing you can do, regardless of who this is, the best thing you can do is just tell them, like, just so you know, we've saved you a seat, we've saved you a meal, so we look forward to seeing you. Don't ask them if they're still going to make it. Just tell them that we're ready for them and that we care about them and that they're coming. In addition to calling your roster, I can talk. In addition to calling your roster, what about your recruit list? I'm not saying every agent in town. And yet, what about your direct recruits you've been working with? Or maybe it is sending out some sort of mass text if you use any system for that. Maybe you do invite all sorts of recruits. Why don't we blow up step one? Come up with a hook, get them there. And in fact, you guys were one of the groups that was so good about this last year when we did it. You had a lot of recruits at step one that weren't signed up, and a lot of them joined us. And I know a number of them joined KW. All right, so we're going to call everybody, guys, please, this is for you. Because think about it. If you had another 5 people in bold, and let's just say that your average commission is 10,000, which I know is very, very conservative for some of your offices. That's $250,000 worth of GCI, just assuming they have 8 deals, not the average of 11. What if it's 10 extra people? Now we're at 500,000. Guys, that hits your profitability. That hits your paychecks directly, right? And it shores up your list of folks so that they're not shopping around to other brokerages. And we know that other brokerages are out there recruiting them heavily right now. Never have I ever been so recruited in my life, right? So I know your agents are too. So we're going to do that. We're going to go to our recruits. These are phone calls, not text messages. They don't have to take that long. You're not alone. You're not alone. You can do this. It might throw off your day for the next 2 days. I totally get it. You'll survive. You can roll everything into the back end of your week. It's going to be okay. It's going to be worth it. That's my promise to you. I believe that we had a pretty good experience last time we did this. I have to assume we did because you wouldn't have asked me back as your coach. So you know that when you bring your agents, whether they're top agents, middle agents, beginning agents, it doesn't matter. You know they're going to receive value. Our numbers do not currently reflect the goals that we've set. And we have all the time that we need to fix that. I know that for a fact. I have seen magic happen in the last couple of days before a launch. So my challenge to you is to not listen to any of your own limiting beliefs and not get caught up in the day to day. Think of that Miss Thompson story that I believe all of you have heard. Don't get lost. Oh, I have all these things to do today. Well, maybe some things don't get done today and tomorrow because more important things are getting done. Because when I think back, if I wouldn't have gone to my first bold, good God, I do not know what my life would look like today. I know it would not look like the way that it looks. The director of Bold, Dusty Oglesby, a lot of you know him, some of you don't. He's the director of Bold. He runs the show. He had to borrow money from somebody in the room to go to his first Bold. He was miserable and broken. And if you've ever been around him, you know that's not who he is today. There are people in your market center. There are people outside of your market center, AKA recruits, who need this more than maybe you realize. So please, please, please don't let these words fall on deaf ears. I know it'll be a lot of work. I know it'll be worth it. We're going to rock it out on Wednesday. Call everybody that you know that has a real estate license. Go crazy with recruits. We could not possibly have too many people in that room. If you've got any questions, let me know. And remember, when you're reminding people to show up for first step, which we need vitally, we can't just get them registered. We've got to remind them to be there so that they actually show up, because this historic show rate for first step only registrations is 50%. So remember, we're not asking if they can make it. We're just letting them know we've got a seat and we've got a lunch and we cannot wait to see them. Leaders, I can't wait to see you Wednesday. I will see you there bright and early just for step one. And I need somebody from every market center. I know you're not all taking Bold. I get it. Please be there at 7:45 on Wednesday. We're going to have a great meeting before everybody gets there. We're going to rock it out. We're going to convert in the room. It's going to be amazing. I appreciate you. It's going to be so good. Go do it. Go call people. Wipe your slate clean as much as you can. I know it's a Monday and I know you can still make calls. I know your Dofi can make calls. I know your MCA can make calls. I know your agent services can make calls. You could ask your PC coach. Find the way to do it, not the reasons you can't. You're amazing.